Run, don't walk. Olive and June is having the biggest and only sale of the year. I'm Sarah Gibson-Tuttle, founder of Olive and June, and I have to say, one of my favorite things to do is gift. And gifting Olive and June is the perfect way to share the joy of a salon-quality manicure at home with friends and family. With our systems, tools, and high-quality products, there's no need for the pricey salon visits. And during our sale from November 13th to December 1st, you can get 25% off every product plus surprise gifts. So whether you're stocking up for yourself or giving the gift of beautiful nails, now is the time. So get 25% off every product on our site from November 13th to December 1st. Perfect for gifts, stocking up, or treating yourself. Visit oliveandjune.com/perfectmanny25 for 25% off everything. That's oliveandjune.com/perfectmanny25 for 25% off everything.
Hey friends, it's Nikayla from the podcast Side Hustle Pro. I'm always looking for ways to keep my kids entertained without screens, and the Yoto Mini has been a total lifesaver. My kids are obsessed. Yoto is a screen-free audio player where kids just pop in a card and listen. Hours of stories, music, podcasts, and more, and no screens or ads. With hundreds of options for ages 0 to 12, it's the perfect gift they'll go back to again and again. Check it out at yotoplay.com. YOTOPLAY.com.
The kettle's boiled, Vic.
Great. Perfect timing. Just a dash of milk for me, please, mate.
Here you go. Shall we get started then?
Have you ever woken up on a Sunday morning and said, I'm never drinking again, and then found yourself waving $50 at a barman by happy hour?
Are you wondering why everyone else can stop at 1 while you head to a dodgy after-party with a weird bloke called Disco Dave? If so, it might be time to take a deeper look at your relationship with your reliable social crutch, alcohol.
On each episode, we'll investigate our own dysfunctional dealings with booze and find out if it's possible to stop this deeply ingrained habit before things get too messy.
Yep, we're going to open up a shame shed of humiliating drinking stories to help you understand why waking up from a booze coma each weekend with a kebab sticking out of your top pocket might actually be negatively impacting your health.
Hamish and I are here to delve into what it's like being sober, an unwanted warts and all look into why giving up those cheeky pints or putting down those mummy wines will make you feel happier, help your anxiety and mental health, and turn you into the most sparkly, authentic version of you.
Won't that mean I become boring though, Vic?
Well, Hamish, we'll just have to wait and see. I'm Victoria Vanstone.
I'm Hamish Adams-Cairns.
And this is Sober Awkward.
Vic, you wanted to start off by telling me about an inspiring film that you watched. I thought maybe like a documentary, something to do with Huberman.
No.
The inspiring film was Barbie.
Yeah, it wasn't Gandhi.
No.
No, it was Barbie.
Can you explain that?
I watched it last night with the kids thinking I was going to hate every moment of it. But it ended up being surprisingly inspiring, Hamish. I'm not going to give too much away. There is a bit of a spoiler alert, so block your ears now if you haven't seen it already. But at the end, she becomes human. And what it shows is to be human is you have to be able to feel. I know you don't know where I'm going with this.
This is tender hooks.
This is deep. The Barbie movie is deep. But basically, you have to experience love and sadness to get the full range of emotions in life to really live. Guess what it reminded me of, Hamish?
I've no idea.
Sobriety, of course. So, yeah. It was really true. I think when I was a drinker, I was like a puppet, a bit like Hamish, a bit like a doll.
Okay.
With people, allowing people to play with me and sort of being used and then being thrown in the bin and not caring about myself that much because I was made of plastic.
Sure.
But I felt like the journey, here we go, to sobriety was a bit like Barbie becoming a human and having to experience the full range of emotions.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the Barbie film inspired you as a human.
Yes.
You're not quite going as far as it inspired me to get sober.
No.
Okay, that's not the link we're making here.
No, not originally. definitely. But if I was not sober now and I watched Barbie, perhaps I would be.
Do you reckon?
Maybe.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
I was an overdrinker all my life, and then I watched Barbie and I thought, you know what? I want to be able to feel being human. I want to stop being a plastic doll, and I'm going to give up alcohol.
Yeah. I don't know whether it would have happened for you though, Hamish, because I think perhaps you are and always will be a Ken.
Yeah. Just beach.
Yeah, just beach.
Just a really basic guy who just talks about beach every now and then. But he liked the normal world, didn't he? He went to the normal world, was like, oh my God, men run the show.
Yeah, men run the show, yeah.
And then,
I thought it was very good,
he became a bit evil.
Yeah, he did
So
become
I'm an evil
Ken.
basic guy, is what you're saying. Yeah. Thank you.
You're a Ken. So it kind of relates to what we're talking to today. That was kind of my inroad.
I would love to say that the whole of today's episode is about Barbie.
Yeah.
It's not.
No.
Today's episode idea actually came to me when I was reading your book, Vic.
Oh, God.
Yes.
It's not about the time I got crabs in Magaluf,
It's a
is it?
whole episode about crabs in Magaluf. Yeah. I reckon I could do a whole episode on that.
What you're saying, you were inspired by my book, Hamish?
No, that's not it at all.
The book changed your life
That's
completely.
not what I'm saying.
You're not sure how you got through the last 32 years without reading my book?
No, just shut up. No. What I'm saying is, whilst reading it, my mind actually began to wander.
Oh, shit, not that again.
Yeah. So at one point, I can't find which point, started reading it and I reread it, a few of the last chapters. You see your sober sister walking down the road wearing a feather boa, and you are amazed about how she still goes out and she still socialises without drinking. And you ask yourself the question, maybe being sober is better than being drunk. And it struck me as one of the simplest questions that very few of us ever take the time to ask ourselves. We think of going sober as giving something up, doing something hard, or making a sacrifice. And I thought, you know what? There's an episode in this. And I kind of think this episode is maybe directed at people who are still drinking but thinking about going sober. If you're already sober and someone says, is sober better than being drunk? You go, yes. If you're thinking about it, you go, oh no, I've got to give up so much. My life will be so much harder and so much more awkward. So I'm speaking to those people in this episode.
Yeah, brilliant. I think we spend ages questioning why we drank in the first place. We lose sleep over what we might be missing out on when we give up if we quit booze. But rarely do we take a moment to consider whether being sober is better than being drunk. Well, which of course it is. We just carry on getting wasted, don't we?
We often say that this is a podcast aimed at everyone, wherever you sit on the wide spectrum of alcoholism. Whether society would consider you a problem drinker or not, whether you are in the early stages of your sobriety or considering giving up for the very first time. Ask yourself, why is a sober life better than a drinking one? Today, we're going to weigh it all up, look at how alcohol tricked us into thinking it was a guaranteed good time, and how our opinions of sobriety changed the longer we did it. Turns out it's not as boring as we thought, eh, Vic?
No, not boring at all, dear Hamish. Seeing my sister that day really made me question it. Maybe being sober isn't as awful as I'd first imagined. She looked so happy and content that day, just experiencing the real joy of being out with friends. It actually reminds me of us at the awards the other week, Hamish, about we were there in a room full of people. There was trays of champagne going under our noses every 5 minutes.
It was hard to find a non-alcoholic drink.
It was very hard.
I reckon we spent most of the night trying to figure out where the waiters and waitresses were coming out of so that we could get a drink from them.
Yeah, because it wasn't a bar, so we couldn't go and ask. We just kept going tapping people on their shoulders and going, have you got any alcohol-free drinks? And then they came out with kids' drinks, basically, weren't
Apple
they?
juice, orange juice, Sprite and Coke.
With no
the
ice.
options, yeah.
Yeah, just in these really big glasses, so like pints of drinks.
It was, yeah.
Child drinks. And I looked around the room and I saw everyone picking glasses off trays and pouring flutes of champagne down their throat. No judgment. I did it for years. Like, that's exactly what I would have done. I would have been a total mess at that awards, quite honestly. And I would never have got an award in the first place, of course, unless it was most puked up person in their entire history of their life in the Guinness Book of World Records. But no, we were there to win. And it was weird because they were all pouring this drink down their throats and we were having these kids' drinks, yet we were having the same night. We were having the same joy. Me and Hamish were having the best night of our lives, even though we weren't drinking. It's the same with looking at my sister. She was having the same night as everyone else. There was no highs or lows. Everyone was having a good time. It didn't matter what we were putting into our body. It's just that we weren't preoccupied with that champagne and where the next tray was coming from. We were a bit preoccupied with the alcohol-free drinks.
You actually just reminded me. Do you remember the last word that somebody said to us that night?
What was it?
as we were leaving the party and going down the escalator, there was this lady on a sort of like chaise longue.
Oh, yeah.
She was half flying. She was drunk. And she said, guys, well done, you're walking. Thanks so much. She goes, I'm not sober, but I am awkward. She was like half passed out on this sofa by herself by the exit.
I love it. We got a message from someone this morning, I don't know whether you saw it on our Instagram page, saying, I'm drunk, but I plan on being sober tomorrow. I just thought I'd let you know.
Yeah, love it.
So funny. Yeah, so we had the same night as everyone else, basically. I can't believe that I can actually go to an event like that, Hamish, and not drink. It still feels like a fucking miracle some days.
I've done a little bit of sober awkward homework this week, Vic.
Well done, Hamish.
And I wonder if our coming to sobriety from different directions might make for slightly different answers on today's subject.
Okay, we might end up having a full-blown punch-up here, Hamish.
I doubt that. You do boxing classes, there's no way I'm messing with you.
Actually, I do have a mean right hook.
Have you still been doing that 4:30am wake up?
No, I did it for 2 weeks.
Did you?
I did it for a week and a half, yeah.
How was it?
Yeah, it was great.
I didn't notice you particularly grouchy last week.
No, we planted a row of lily pillies, actually.
Yes, you did. It's the only thing you've ever done gardening-wise was in a boxing class at 5 in the morning.
She put the mulch over one area, and then she put the mud over one area, and there was like 20 of us with wheelbarrows running up and down her property. That was our challenge one morning.
I don't
we ended up with a
know
whole garden.
if I've got the nerve to tell you that this lady is a con artist.
Yeah,
You're meant to be doing boxing. She got you gardening. She's going to get you like cleaning floors. She's like a Mr. Miyagi, like wax on, wax off style human is what I'm imagining. And you were so proud of it, sharing the photos. Yeah. This is us with our plants. Like, she's ripping you off.
Honestly, Hamish, I'll do whatever she says. I wouldn't want to be in trouble with her. She's lovely. Hello, Nat. Now, we don't want to fall into the trap of giving alcohol too much credit for the good times or blame it for the bad, actually. That could be a whole episode that we'll be doing soon enough. But I think a good place to start with this episode is to look at what we thought alcohol gave us.
It just gave me a bad headache.
Yeah.
But yeah, this makes sense. Before we chat about sobriety, let's find out some ways that naughty alcohol deceived us into thinking we liked it when we were party animals. I'm going to take you on a ride, Vic.
Oh, not the waltzers again, Hamish.
No, more of like a spooky ghost ride where they're all people hiding in coffins. Only the people are booze disguised as zombies. And, well, it's just get on the fucking ride.
Okay, I'm getting on the ride.
Remember that Halloween party you and I went to?
Yeah, it's a bit like that.
Vic and I went to one where it's like a haunted house.
Yes.
A neighbour of yours who
Yes.
takes Halloween seriously.
Very seriously.
And we thought it'd be a good idea to take your kids.
No.
Turns out your kids are like 15 years too young for the amount of danger and fear in that household.
Yeah.
They cried.
Yeah, there's a butcher's room in there, that's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, there's people jumping out at you.
Oh, it's horrible.
It was quite intense.
Oh, wait, stop. I'm on the ride. Are we wearing seatbelts?
Yes.
Okay,
now,
good.
let's hold hands, Vic.
Okay.
And I will walk you through how alcohol tricked us into thinking we liked it. So, firstly, I thought it was booze that gave me funny stories and weird experiences.
Okay.
To be fair, just as many, if not more, were bad stories than good. But I thought that those misadventures were because of alcohol, that alcohol was making me do funny things. But I guess that did actually pay off because those days did enable us to create this podcast. So, in a way, that was a little bit of a pro. But without drunkenness, there would be no sober awkward.
Gosh, that is true, actually.
It's the only good thing to come out of those years.
Yeah, my dad said that to me the other day. He said, we're so proud of you the other day. I was like, oh, Dad, that's so lovely. I said, I'm sorry I was such a big booze bag. He just said, well, if you weren't such a big booze bag, Victoria, you wouldn't be doing what you're doing now.
That's true.
Which is true.
It would be a boring podcast if neither of us ever drunk.
It would be such a boring podcast.
It'd be a lot of science. A lot of science and facts and no experience
About
or stories.
nothing,
Yeah.
Can we stop holding hands, though?
Yeah, that was unnecessary. Okay, so also getting drunk with people I thought was the start of many a great friendship and even my relationship with Liz, right? Seemingly a good thing. However, I did also probably waste a lot of time and money getting drunk with people who I did not have an authentic connection with, and they slowly fizzled out of my life like a bottle of bubbles with a teaspoon in. Does that work?
Well, no, because I never put a teaspoon in a bottle of bubbles.
Didn't last.
Because I would never ever save a bottle of bubbles till the next day. Well, I would just have it in one glass.
Do you do it with
probably.
kombucha?
No.
No.
Champagne with kombucha.
No, I'm saying, what would you ever put a teaspoon in the top of a kombucha bottle?
I'm
See
a
if that-
gulper, Hamish. If you hand me a drink,
I would like
straight
to
down.
know if the teaspoon trick actually works
I
or
can't
not.
imagine it works. People do it though, don't
Yeah,
they?
I still do it. I do have to be careful here not to give booze the credit. I might have been friends with them without the booze. I might have still married Liz without getting drunk with her. I think that booze actually tricked me into thinking boozing was bonding.
Oh, yeah,
I
so
think
true.
lots of us fall into that trap. Like whenever you meet a big circle of new people, getting drunk with them is like the easiest thing to do. Like, oh,
Yeah.
cool, we'll just get drunk, then everyone gets on. That's
Yeah, and you
sort
get
of the
used to
first
doing
step.
that, yeah.
I also thought a benefit of drinking was that it allowed me to rebel and connect with a tribe of like-minded friends. The reason I was doing this, though, was perhaps down to the fact that I wasn't confident enough to let my personality shine through without alcohol. Over-drinking alcohol created a personality for me. It was what was considered cool, when really I might have had nicer friendships without it and actually been able to come out of my shell and show off my true personality without having to rely on booze to do that for me.
Yeah, wow.
Where I will play devil's advocate, though, is to say that although, as you can hear from my spooky walk of magic, drunk clearly is bad, alcohol sort of dressed itself up in a long cloak and pretended to be my friend. I think us humans get so close to alcohol that we forget to look under the mask and see the monster underneath.
Yes, there we go. It's a bit of a Halloween-y episode today, isn't it?
Which is weird, because this will probably come out in March. It's about as far from Halloween as we
We can
could be.
have Halloween in March. It's like Christmas in July.
That's what we'll do. What do you think, though, Vic? Did alcohol trick you over the years?
Well, of course it did. It was the biggest trick ever. I do feel like alcohol has conned me. I thought it made me funnier and more likeable, where probably, if you asked anyone I knew, Hame, it probably made me just more of a mess and more dribbly and wobbly. I don't know anyone who's ever come up to me and said, you are a better person, or you were a better person when you were a drinker, that you were funny or anything like that. It allowed me to hide some insecurities. It was the answer to me feeling uncomfortable with boys and sex.
Yeah.
So it tricked me into thinking that I was kind of sexual as well, which I'm not. I'm just like, as we said in one episode before, a bit of a dud.
Did we say that?
A bit of a dud in the bedroom.
I hope that was your words, not mine.
No, that was my husband.
She's a bit of a dud.
That's what my husband tells his mates. Oh yes, it's my wife Vic. She's a bit of a dud in the bedroom. Just so you know. It tricked me into giving my body away to people I didn't really like. Now that's pretty fucked up, isn't it? If you really go deeply into that.
Fucked up for them, because you're a dud.
Yeah, bad choice, guys. I thought it gave me social respect. Like, I was really brainwashed by that. I thought me being a really good drinker, like that time I drank that bottle of vodka in front of that guy because I thought it made me look cool. I thought it made me accepted by my peers, which of course people just thought I was mad. They just thought I was some crazy banshee who needed rehab. I thought it gave me purpose. I didn't have a career, so drinking was my main interest. I was good at it. It was the only thing I felt I was ever good at apart from Frisbee. It made me believe I needed it or that I couldn't live without it. I thought I had to drink. I do feel that I have been conned by alcohol throughout my life. I think it is like a sneaky con artist of my youth, sidling up next to me when I was vulnerable and whispering bad advice into my ears.
I do think our perceptions of alcohol change the older we get. Like all of those things that you've named, I reckon me in my early 20s would have thought of as good.
Yeah.
I'm like, she's funny, she does dumb stuff, she sleeps around, like all of those things that alcohol made you do. In my 20s, be like, great. And then you get like 30s, you have kids, people are like, whoa,
Yeah, what are you
like
doing?
you don't need to do this anymore.
It's not
You're
good
married
look.
with kids, you know, like stop getting fucked up.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I guess that's why I had to stop.
Yeah.
Because there was that consequence at the end of the day. Yeah.
And it's clear that both of us have travelled the rocky road of ups and downs that is unavoidable over decades of heavy drinking.
We always emphasise the importance of not looking back on those years with shame or guilt. Shit happens, of course it does. We drank because that was what everyone else did back then. What is important with regards to your sobriety and the rest of your life is to look at the present. What can you change today to create the best future possible? In sobriety, the spooky train ride is over. The con is complete. You're like a Barbie becoming human. Remember that. There is no out and you have to feel everything. You are left feeling very raw and a bit like you just got out of a cult, I would know. It's not going to be easy. So what is it about sobriety that you find better or worse than your drinking years, Hamish?
Yeah, now I kind of feel funny listing this, but I think it's important that we do list some of the bad bits about sobriety as well, because you're not just going to go sober and your life is all rainbows and unicorns.
Totally.
It is important to sort of give you the full truth so that you can prepare yourself.
Take control of the numbers and supercharge your small business with Xero. That's Xero. With our easy-to-use accounting software with automation and reporting features, you'll spend less time on manual tasks and more time understanding how your business is doing. 87% of surveyed U.S. customers agree Xero helps improve financial visibility. Search Xero with an X or visit Xero.com/ACAST to start your 30-day free trial. Conditions apply.
Hey friends, it's Nikayla from the podcast Side Hustle Pro. I'm always looking for ways to keep my kids entertained without screens, and the Yoto Mini has been a total lifesaver. My kids are obsessed. Yoto is a screen-free audio player where kids just pop in a card and listen. Hours of stories, music, podcasts, and more, and no screens or ads. With hundreds of options for ages 0 to 12, it's the perfect gift they'll go back to again and again. Check it out at yotoplay.com. YOTOPLAY.com.
If you are in the early days. So I'm going to start with really the only negative that I've found about being sober, just to get it out of the way nice and early. And it's kind of a predictable one given the name of our podcast, but it is a bit awkward. Okay, now I don't want to use the word worse, but I will say different. My life is now more awkward than it was. For me, it's mostly when like breaking the ice when you're socialising or on dance floors.
Yes.
Like I'm okay at breaking the ice socialising. There are certainly more pauses in conversations than I remember there being when I was drinking.
Okay,
It doesn't give me anxiety socialising sober, but I'm aware of like the
This
moments.
is nice. Yeah, lovely weather we're having. It's just because you're more conscious, isn't it?
Probably.
You're just totally more aware. Yeah.
So I'm certainly more aware of those moments. Dance floors for me is going to be like a long process of getting to the point where I still give absolutely no shits on a dance floor.
Here.
I still have some shits given,
Yeah.
and I'm slowly getting rid of those the more dance floors that I get on, but certainly different, if not worse, dancing.
I can confirm that your dancing is awkward.
It hurts a little bit
How
more
does that
coming from
make
you.
Does that make it even more awkward?
Yes.
I'm not saying that I'm the best dancer here, Hamish.
I'm not sure if you ever saw me dancing drunk, so I might have been exactly the same amount of awkward then.
True. You might need to get some old home videos out and show me.
No, you've got nothing to compare it to. I've always been awkward dancing.
Okay,
I reckon. I know for some of our single sober friends, dating and sex are a massive challenge with alcohol. I can't really relate to that. I've never been on a date sober, and I've never had sex sober.
You've never had
2
sex,
years
have you?
in. No,
You're a virgin.
no, exactly. Immaculate conception, that child.
Yep.
So yeah, sober life is more awkward. It's a little bit harder at times. You do have the reassurance that you didn't do anything terrible last night, which would make you feel awkward and full of anxiety. But that anxiety and awkwardness is maybe just more in the present rather than looking back at the past.
True.
So it's still around a little bit.
Yeah.
I would say that this does get easier with time, though. There are plenty of ways in which sobriety is better, and it's an easy one to answer. Firstly, parenting. Holy shit, I only had to parent for a few months before I gave up booze, but it's just, there's no good sides to parenting drunk.
There's no good sides.
I'm not even going to list them. They're obvious. Obviously, your sleep gets better. It seems that everyone's careers take a turn for the better.
Don't
it's
do this.
Crazy.
You're going to say, but mine's
No, but you know what I mean? It's crazy how often we get messages from people saying, I've just got promoted or I just landed my dream job and I've only been sober for 3 months or 6 months. That's not a guarantee, but it does seem to come up quite a lot.
Don't guarantee that.
No, don't apply for CEO at Google if you're not qualified.
Hamish from the Sober Awkward podcast said that I would get this job if I wrote to you because I'm sober now.
I've just learnt tennis. I'm not a pro yet. I've gone sober. It doesn't seem fair. You're going to save a whole heap of cash. Holidays. People think that holidays sober are worse than holidays drunk because you used to drink all your holidays and you didn't feel like you're on holiday until you're holding a cocktail by a pool. Let me tell you the secret about holidays sober. They last so much longer when you are getting up early, you're not drinking, you're not spending it in pubs, you're not spending it hungover. Holy hell, there is a lot of time in a day when you're on holiday. Obviously, the time that you get back, kind of like holidays, you pick up lots of new hobbies, you get more authentic connections friends and you figure out who your real friends are, obviously. And then we talk about the work, which is, I would still say, arguably the most interesting thing about going sober is actually figuring out where your insecurities lie and why you drank in the first place, and then working on those things. So you can take your pick out of all of the pros of going sober. We've probably named those 1,000 times, but I did want to shine a few little lights on the bits that I find hard there, just to be honest with you all.
Yeah.
But what about you, Vic? What challenges have you found, if any, in sober life?
I think the main challenges are things that I cannot control, like booze being everywhere when I leave the house, perhaps drunken family members or shit AF drinks at awards parties.
Yeah.
Hotels shoving free drinks in my hand, stuff that forces me to think about booze when I least expect it, because I'm not mentally planned for that sort of thing. But I really can't think of too many bad things about being sober. I really tried to bang my head against a wall for this one, but there weren't too many.
I can remember you saying that to me early on in my sobriety. Like, Hame, I've yet to find anything bad about it.
Yeah,
and I know
can't
that you would
find
tell me,
anything
you'd be like,
bad.
look, Hame, this bit's shit. And you're like, there's nothing yet.
Yeah, because actually that awkwardness is something that I really revel in now. There are no cons about getting sober for me. It was just such a huge relief to get booze out and happiness in. I can look back and see the ways it tricked me. Like, I'm aware of how under the influence of it, not only as a drug, but like physically and mentally, like I was totally brainwashed by this thing. So it's crazy to look back and see where I went wrong with it. I have well and truly lifted the mask, that monster mask that we were talking about, and revealed that monster, which is why I will never ever drink again. Why would I? I was thinking about this, Hamish. Once you know how a magician's trick is done, once the secret is out, there is no magic left.
That's really good.
That is good. I made that up last night.
That's actually pretty good.
It's true, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because I know how the trick is done. It's like you see them fiddling behind your back and seeing where the cards are. I feel like that about alcohol.
Okay.
I know it's a trick. I know we're all being conned. I know that the government are involved. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but they make billions off tax every year. I'm not stupid. It's this addiction by design coming into play here. I can see the magician fiddling with the cards. What I'm saying is, Hamish, there is no longer a rabbit in my top hat.
Yeah. I get where you go. I don't hate that. I like your magician analogy.
Yeah, because I've educated myself about alcohol now. We talk about it every week. I understand it and I see where I went wrong and where, as a society, we're going wrong with it. Thinking about it now, I realise it's the challenges that I really enjoy. So like the awkwardness, like you're saying, the bits that you hate are actually the bits that I love. I love the stuff that goes wrong. I'm so pleased that I can process pain without leaning on a bottle. Sobriety actually makes me feel fierce. I guess I eat more chocolate, and some mates are disappointed not to see me with my skirt over my head in a gutter in Lewisham, but because I am sober, I don't really care what anyone thinks.
Yeah.
So again, they all turn into positive things for me, Hame.
What about the best bits? I know you've answered this and written about it many a time. You've got books and blogs and all sorts. But yeah, how is sober life better than your drunk life?
I think it's about always learning. One of your last points was the work, and that includes learning all the time, like reading books, finding out about yourself and always growing. It sounds cheesy, but it's true. Stepping into things that are hard, about knowing deeply what I like, what I don't like, and how a situation makes me feel. Again, it's about feeling emotions and registering them and understanding them. I love socialising more than ever because it makes me feel strong and confident. I like dancing, singing, stepping out of my comfort zone, trying new activities because I'm fully present, Ken. I know I am fully alive, not stumbling through life.
Nice subtle use of Ken. Just right in the middle of a long list. Just a little dig.
Do I make myself laugh at 11 p.m?
I know you
Ronnie's?
do. I know you do. I know exactly which bits make you laugh as well.
Because I try and trick you, you see. I'm like a naughty alcohol trickster.
See, you're implying that I would have switched off during that list and not realised. You just hidden it in the middle, but I'm presently listening. When you went to therapy and your therapist sort of opened this door of opportunity to you, saying you don't have to drink ever again, which was not the reason you went to therapy, it's worth saying, what was your first reaction?
I remember thinking my life was over, my social life was definitely doomed, everyone would hate me, my parents would disown me, I may as well go and live in Siberia with a yak.
Sure. So you didn't overreact?
No, I didn't overreact, that's
Good,
what I thought.
yeah. But I'm guessing that's not exactly what happened.
No, The opposite happened. My life started. My social life became smaller but more enriching. No one hated me. They were proud. My parents loved me and listened to every episode of Sober Awkward.
It's a bit concerning that they've listened to every episode, isn't it?
Drumming into them subliminally.
I feel like I talk on this episode with the mindset of my parents will not be listening.
Yeah.
Otherwise, like, there's so much stuff I can't say.
Yeah. I try and think that is like mentally in my brain.
We should have a photo of them, like just an eye line in the studio.
Yeah. Just remember, your mum and dad are listening. Although I do think the sunny coast is a little bit like Siberia sometimes,
Go on.
isn't it? Yeah. The 7-Eleven closes at 7:30 and I have a dog instead of a yak. But generally, none of what I thought would happen happened. All was not lost when I got sober. My life began when I chose to ditch alcohol.
We tend to lean on how awful it's going to be to stop, how painful and boring, when really all it is positive. I think we need a shift in our mindsets when we first go sober. Stop thinking that you're giving up and start thinking what you're taking on, how sobriety will be adding to your life rather than reducing it.
So true. We worry about the reaction of our friends, whether we will enjoy gigs, festival, pubs, watching sports or weddings anymore. We panic that we won't know what to do at a celebration or in a moment of grief. Alcohol has always been there. It's what everyone we know does and always has done. And we are scared of what a life will look like without it. But let me tell you, I have been a pisshead all my life and I have been sober. And although I can only talk to myself, my life is infinitely better sober.
The long-term goal is to get to a point where you aren't even thinking about alcohol anymore. It no longer has control over you and you don't have to ask yourself questions like this anymore. We want to help you get free of its control.
Yes, it is like a sense of freedom, alcohol. It's like Barbie becoming human again.
No, it's not.
I'm really determined to make this like an analogy, yeah.
Did you just go, whatever film I watched last night, I'm going to make it? Yeah.
It's lucky it wasn't Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Or Jaws, yeah.
I'll refer it. Jaws, he was a very sad shark. He had emotional feelings. Yeah, he probably needed to give up boozing, that Jaws. If you're like me, taking control will need a little bit of therapy. For others, it might take a supportive family or a friendship group. Maybe you will replace drinking with a healthier habit or be inspired by someone who is doing the same thing.
But in those early days, it might just take one question or a simple exercise like the one we have conducted in this episode to help you make the decision for yourself. Nobody else can make this one for you. The longest lasting sobrieties are driven by you, not friends, not family, therapists or rehab. It's down to you.
Yeah, it so is. It's crazy, isn't it? You have to take responsibility. We did do an episode about that recently, didn't we, Hame? At the end of the day, it's you that has to call the therapist. It's you that has to go for that walk when you're feeling down, and it's you that has to call a mate. It has to come from you at the end of the day.
I like writing this episode, Vic, because it's so simple.
And you are just that, even if our listeners...
Hang on, I wrote there, you and I are just that, but you've just narrowed it down to just me there.
Yeah, I edited it.
And you are just that.
Even if our listeners are streets ahead of us in the intellect department, which they probably are.
I assume that they are.
Yeah.
We spoke recently about the effect of just asking yourself why you drink in the first place. It forces you to look internally and answer some questions you might have been avoiding. This question, is sober better than drunk? It's so simple. It's such an easy thing to think about, and it can be the reason that you decide to give up the booze.
Let's end with a review and a quote, shall we, Hamish?
Yes. We had a speak pipe message.
We did.
Is that our first one? I think it is our first one.
Shall I get it on my phone? Wait a sec. We just want to say a quick thank you to the person who has left a speak pipe for us. That's really exciting. So you can go on to our website, soberawkward.com, and leave us a message or a question or tell us a story, anything you want. It's just at www.soberawkward.com, and the speak pipe is on the right-hand side, and we will play any interesting questions.
Yeah, it's like a voicemail, basically. Yeah. I did not know what SpeakPipe was before that.
I didn't either.
That's what it is. This is one that we got. It's our first ever one that we've got.
Yes.
Okay, here it is.
Hi Vic, it's John. I'm at home. I've done the washing. The dinner's on. The kids doing their homework and trying to stop them arguing. Your phone's off. Just wondered where you are. When are you going to be home? All right, bye.
Oh. That didn't go quite as planned.
That was Vic's husband.
I didn't take my phone with me yesterday.
Using it as an actual voicemail.
That's not what it's for. That is not what it's for our friends and family to ask where we are and what we're doing. I was out for a walk, but I didn't take my phone with me.
Smart.
Oh dear, I love it. What have we got next, Hame?
We've also got a review. This one is from Ned73. So Ned wrote, if you're thinking of giving your relationship with alcohol a reality check, this is a great listen. It's funny, insightful, happy, sad, everything. And it helped me on my journey of now over 6 months and counting of sobriety.
Yeah, we love Ned. Well done, Ned.
I also found quite an insightful quote from Dylan Thomas. You know, we all spend ages worrying about the term alcoholic. We don't know what it is. We're all pretty confident that we're not one. We don't actually know what it means. So here's his definition, which I thought was quite accurate. An alcoholic is someone you don't like who drinks as much as you do.
Oh, yeah. That's very clever.
It's quite close to the
Very
boat,
smart,
isn't it?
yeah. One final inspiring one from Martin Luther King to finish. Only in the darkness can you see the stars.
I thought I'd just do a little cheesy one at the end.
I love a cheesy one though, Hame. That is true, isn't it?
Yeah.
I do get very emotional with watching films and stuff now. Like Barbie, I'll just go into this at the end, Hamish. The end of it, the film wasn't amazing. It wasn't like the best film I've ever seen. It was
I
all right.
also watched it this week.
Oh,
weirdly.
did you?
Yeah.
It was all right. It was quite good. But some of the messages in it were just bloody brilliant. There was just a few moments where I just went, it's so true. At a point she realises that the happiness and the sadness, everything we go to, always striving to be happy. But if we didn't feel those sad moments, we wouldn't know what happiness is. And that's very clear in that quote there as well. Like, we wouldn't know. If I'm glad that I had anxiety and that I drank too much and all of those things, because it enables me to, when I'm pouring a cup of tea or when I'm just sitting watching the sun go down, the really simple moments in life are my joy now. And that really simplifies things for me. And that is what sobriety is about. Simple joys, I think.
You've now got me over onto your side, because the other message in Barbie, this is so weird, I was talking about Barbie. The other message in Barbie is that what triggers it all for her, like breaks her reality, was thinking about death.
Yeah.
And thinking about death is a very good tool to use in trying to get sober. A, in that, I'm scared that I'm going to drink too much to the point where it kills me. Or B, which probably relates to more people, I want my life, which is going to be short, to be as full and great as possible, and sobriety can help with that.
And totally Sylvester Stallone, that was his message in the whole documentary, is remember guys, life flicks by so quickly and you've got to do everything that you can to make you and your family happy. He refers to a point in the documentary where he almost lost his family because he became so egotistical and was just obsessed with the movies and the fame and everything else. And he had to draw it all back in and realise what is truly important in this life is witnessing your children learning to walk and grow and leaving university and make families of their own, and all of these things that actually the simple things in life. And I think in sobriety you really start to understand this. Are we being a bit guru-ish right
No,
now?
what I was going to say is the opposite. You know how some people sit around and they quote books and literature and Shakespeare and poetry as their reference points? We've just done 5 minutes on Barbie and Sylvester Stallone. That's the level that we're at. Mainly Netflix.
Oh my God, that makes me actually so happy. Yeah, watch those guys because they're good.
Sorry, and thanks for listening.
Sorry for being a bit silly. If you're questioning your relationship with booze, you're struggling to moderate, or your hangovers are causing anxiety, it might be time to reach out for some support.
Yeah, just talk to a mate about how you're feeling, contact a local doctor, find an AA or sobriety group. Vic's got one.
Yeah, just head to www.cuppa.community.
Remember, if you're questioning yourself, it might be time to seek support.
Even though this journey can be awkward, it is definitely worth it. And if you've enjoyed the Sober Awkward podcast, don't forget to review it, rate it, and share it with your mates.
Do they have to share it with their mates?
Yeah, of course they do. I'm not doing this for nothing, Hamish. Bloody hell.
How do they share it?
I don't know, just write it on the document.
Dear Career Ladder, you've had your moment. You're linear and one-dimensional. Ambition doesn't just go up anymore. It zigs and zags and squiggles. We're CEOs, executives, founders. We're advising companies, launching side hustles, taking breaks, defining our next act. Ambition on our terms. The possibilities are endless. Chief, lead on. Join us at chief.com.
Hey friends, it's Nikayla from the podcast Side Hustle Pro. I'm always looking for ways to keep my kids entertained without screens, and the Yoto Mini has been a total lifesaver. My kids are obsessed. Yoto is a screen-free audio player where kids just pop in a card and listen. Hours of stories, music, podcasts, and more, and no screens or ads. With hundreds of options for ages 0 to 12, it's the perfect gift they'll go back to again and again. Check it out at yotoplay.com. YOTOPLAY.com.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my site softer?
Can I make my site firmer?
Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. Enjoy personalized comfort for better sleep night after night. It's our Black Friday sale. Recharge this season with a bundle of cozy, soothing comfort. Now only $17.99 for our C2 mattress and base, plus free premium delivery. Prices higher in Alaska and Hawaii. Check it out at a Sleep Number store or sleepnumber.com today.
So, as you probably know, my comedy memoir, 1,000 Wasted Sundays, is officially out. All my magnificent fuck-uppery in one awkward hit. If you'd like to get your hands on a copy, it's now available from all good bookstores.
We always say all good bookstores, don't we?
Yeah.
Are there bad bookstores?
No, it's probably ones with moody sellers.
Oh yeah, really depressed librarian folk.
Yes.
Good.
So there are probably some, but we're only storing it in the good ones.
It's only made it into the goodies.
You can also get it from all good online retailers. The print version and ebook are out now, and the audiobook will be available in March. I've been writing my memoir for 5 years. It will make you laugh, cry and cringe, and hopefully inspire a few people to reconsider their relationship with booze. If you love the podcast, then I think you'll love the book, even if I do say so myself. Hamish has read it. What did you think?
I feel like I know a little bit too much about you now, to be honest, Vic. Look, I really loved it. It was hilarious and surprisingly moving, but I feel like I've seen you naked in a literary sense.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's worrying.
Yeah. From an emotional point of view, seriously, it wobbled my teeny weeny wooden heart, Vic.
Okay.
My teeny little wooden heart.
Well, his wooden heart is broken. Anyway, so if you do manage to get your filthy mitts on a copy, please do me a favour and head to goodreads.com and give me a review. Doing that will help me get it out there to those that need a bit of sober support. So there you have it. My story, unwanted warts and all. Come and get awkward with me.
Not to be too demanding or anything, but seriously, go and buy it now.
Yeah, go and buy it. Go and buy it right now.
Yeah, don't just tell your friends, buy it, and then buy your friends one or two.
Yeah, don't give them a copy, buy it. Yeah.
And you know what? Don't be careful where you store it. If you lose it, you can always buy another 5.
Buy another one.
Yeah.